1986, I saw the end of the world.
All around the world, people are experiencing this strange fog. It's really thick, it don't dissipate, and it has like fragments in it. People think it's some type of smart dust, but it's not smart dust.
Lots of cancellations and delays at San Diego International right now.
So the National Weather Service issued a dense fog advisory. That's going to be in effect until 10 a.m. for coastal areas.
We're starting with news that is coming in from the national capital. There is dense fog that has engulfed Delhi NCR region. Flight operations at the Delhi airport have been badly affected. Over 400 flights have been delayed due to the bad weather.
A lot of people don't know what to make of it. They don't know what it is. They're coming up with all types of ideas and philosophies about what this dust is, what this fog is.
I don't know if it's just me, but for the last few days, I have been having this weird feeling like something big is about to happen, right? Like this weird feeling of impending doom. I have been having this crazy feeling like in my belly. I don't know what it is, okay? To be brutally honest, I feel like something is already happening. And here's why. For the last few days, there have been crazy reports of dense, thick fog in many states all over America, in addition to the UK. Now, this is not your regular fog, because a lot of people have been reporting that they have been seeing some weird type of mist coming out of the sky with this fog, okay? In addition to that, there have been 4 plane crashes, y'all, within the last 5 days, okay? 3 of those plane crashes occurred within the last 24 hours. You had one on Christmas Day in Kazakhstan, and then within the last 24 hours, you had one in South Korea, Nova Scotia, as well as Norway. In addition to that, y'all, so many people have been reporting this weird sickness, where as though they're having muscle soreness, sore throat, body aches, nausea, vomiting, dizziness, the whole 9. And they said that this sickness had just been coming out of nowhere. I don't know about you, but I feel like something big is happening. I don't know about you, but I feel like something big is happening or about to happen, and these people just not telling us.
Just recently, today, fog should lighten, dissipate, and it's really not. But the weirdest part is the taste and smell. It smells like after you set off a bunch of fireworks, and like the taste of the air is, the only word I can think of is toxic.
That's strange. Like all over the place are saying that they have experienced this exact same thing.
Theories range from natural phenomena to unexplained activities, yet the silence from officials grows louder.
Why is everybody getting sick right now? Am I tweaking? Because a lot of people got flu-like symptoms, but it ain't the flu. A lot of people got COVID-like symptoms, but it ain't COVID. I'm a little bit confused as to what's this sickness going around. And I saw a guy make a video on here yesterday talking about how back in the 1800s, every time a really crazy fog came, sickness, or they said pestilence, followed up behind a very, very crazy fog.
All this fog has been here for about 5 days now, and it is literally not budging.
People think there's something in the fog, and that the fog isn't normal, that we should be using air mask or something.
Well, I'm gonna hip y'all to a little secret. This is not fog. This is not fog. This is nothing like what y'all thinking. This is actually the dust cloud that's around Nibiru, Planet X, or whatever you might want to call it.
And so these things are being scattered ahead of it. So not only is it going to drag a bunch of debris, it's also pushing it ahead, with this cue ball effect. That is what we believe we are seeing right now in the empirical data.
We are entering the dust cloud, the dust field. And as we get closer and through this dust field, the dust is going to get bigger to rocks and then boulders falling from the sky.
On March 15th, the Earth was assaulted by a series of fireballs screaming in from outer space. The largest of these aimed for Chelyabinsk, Russia, where it exploded, breaking glass and injuring 1,500 people. There was no warning from the authorities. Fireballs have been on the increase ever since Planet X arrived in the inner solar system in 2003. There is no explanation from NASA for this increase. Of course, this is where the debris-ridden tail of Planet X is swirling about, and to admit this debris would be to admit the existence and location of Planet X. And on March 15th, the cover-up was alive and well. How much of this debris is there, and will such onslaughts increase? The debris clusters on the edges of the moon swirl funnels, which are long tubes of swirling red dust, moons and debris that are attracted to and attached to Planet X. When the moon swirls are seen from the side, they are tubes, but when seen from the end, they're light orbs as sunlight bounces down the tubes, focusing and intensifying like light from a flashlight, which comes from the red iron oxide dust that shrouds Planet X and its many moons.
As this thing moves on, it's going to eventually catch the whole sky on fire. The whole sky going to cook the ground and destroy the people and the places and the things. And it's going to be the end of the world. Like I keep telling y'all, this is the end of the world. That's what they don't want to tell you. That's what they keep hiding from you guys. That's why they keep putting this fake information out here to lead you guys in a different direction. They trying to say it's smart dust and all this. Ain't none of that. This is what the Bible called the destroyer is coming. And the world is at an end.
Certainly in the last weeks, when the Earth and Planet X come within 14 million miles of each other, an onslaught of hail and debris can be expected. Per the Kolbrin, the face of the land was battered and devastated by a hail of stones, which smashed down all that stood in the path of the torrent.
Asteroids are going to fall down to the Earth.
On the great night of the destroyer's wrath, when its terror was at its height, there was a hail of rocks. For the Zetas, we have just seen the start. Bolides will be screaming in spates at an ever-increasing pace until Planet X is done with us, and there is no defense against them. The Star Wars defense, envisioned by President Reagan, never progressed to any real defense against an onslaught of debris. This was started in 1983, the year Planet X was sighted by the infrared team from a balloon above the atmosphere. Star Wars was intended, per the Zetas, to shoot down the interloper planet, but they made no progress on that. And there is still no defense against debris. Meanwhile, the moon swirls and swirling debris between the Earth and Sun can be seen on SOHO images almost daily. These drifting tails are not meteors, nor are they pixel blips. They consistently show moon swirl tubes and drifting tails. Since Planet X is to the right of the Sun, at about the 4 o'clock position when seen from the northern hemisphere, and is pointing its magnetic north pole toward the Earth, the tail blows under the Sun and then wraps around in a retrograde rotation to the left and then above the Sun.
Marshall, let's talk about some of the other activities that this could bring to this planet, and then we'll get
3,600 years. When you take 3,600 lunar years and contrast it with history, it just fits in. The last flyby being the Exodus, the 10 plagues.
Planet X situation caused the flood of Noah, for example?
Yes. And actually, that is well documented in the Colburn Bible.
What about the downing of Atlantis even farther back? Possible?
Yes. I think that 3 major events, Atlantis, Exodus, and Noah's flood, or the deluge account, those are attributed to previous flybys.
Doom.